Okay, let's jump right in. We've got a really urgent stack of sources today demanding immediate attention. We're doing a deep dive on Hurricane Melissa.
Right.
The World Meteorological Organization, the WMO, they're calling it exceptionally dangerous. This is, well, it's a crisis unfolding right now.
It really is.
Hmm.
And our mission today, it has to be about speed and clarity. When you're dealing with a storm this powerful, getting the critical information out there is paramount. It needs to move faster than the storm itself.
Absolutely.
So we're pulling out the core facts. How severe is Melissa, really? What are the immediate impacts predicted for Jamaica? And what's happening with the emergency response right now? You need to be up to speed instantly on this. It looks like a potentially historic event.
And the defining fact, the one that just anchors everything, Hurricane Melissa has intensified rapidly into a Category 5 system.
Cat 5, the absolute top of the scale.
Exactly. And it's on a direct path for Jamaica's southern coast. Landfall expected within, what, the next 36 hours?
That's the forecast. A day and a half. A Category 5 landfall is, well, it's the worst-case scenario for any coastal nation. And Cat 5 isn't just a number. It means potential for complete destruction where that core hits.
Total structural failure.
Precisely. And what's really striking in these sources is the historical comparison the WMO is making.
Right, you mentioned that. What exactly are they comparing it to? Is there a benchmark storm in recent memory?
Well, that's the chilling part. They're not using recent memory.
Hmm.
Dr. Pedri Talas, he's the Secretary General of the WMO, he put out this incredibly stark warning. He said this could be the most powerful hurricane to hit Jamaica in over a century.
A century?
Yeah. He specifically said, and I'm quoting roughly here, a scale not seen since the early 1900s.
Hmm.
That forces everyone to think about scenarios that current infrastructure is just never faced before.
Wow. Okay, that really puts it into perspective. This isn't just another bad hurricane. It's potentially generational. And the data backs that up, right? The raw numbers are pretty terrifying. Sustained winds over 280 kilometers per hour.
Exceeding 280 kilometers. And to give you a sense of that power, that's faster than many high-speed trains. It's not just damaging things, it's obliterating them, ripping roofs off, pulling poles out of the ground. Debris becomes lethal projectiles.
And it's a massive system, too, right? It's not just wind. There's torrential rain already hitting the northern Caribbean.
Exactly. Water is going to be a huge part of this disaster, both rain and the surge. And it's important to place this in the context of the whole 2025 Atlantic season.
Which has been unusually active already.
Very active. Melissa is the 13th named storm. And honestly, experts were already calling this season one of the most active and, frankly, unpredictable in decades, even before this monster formed.
Why unpredictable specifically? What are the sources saying is driving this volatility? Is it just warmer water?
It's largely that, yes. The source materials point to these unusually high sea surface temperatures across the Atlantic's main development region. Think of it like deep, high-octane fuel just waiting for a spark. And on top of that, there's very weak wind shear in the upper atmosphere right now.
Yeah.
So storms aren't getting torn apart as they try to organize. They can just spin up, intensify rapidly, like Melissa did in the last 24 hours.
That combination. Deep heat, low interference.
It's the perfect recipe for these incredibly powerful late-season hurricanes.
Which makes the next 36 hours even more critical for Jamaica. Okay, so let's break down the dangers on the ground. Meteorologists are highlighting three main catastrophic threats.
That's right, a kind of devastating triad. First, obviously, the wind damage we just talked about, catastrophic structural damage. Second, flash flooding, rapid, overwhelming flooding from all that rain. And third, maybe the deadliest, the life-threatening storm surge along the coast.
All three hitting at once.
Exactly. It means anyone exposed on that southern coast is in extreme danger.
Let's focus on the water for a second. The rain first. Jamaica's got very mountainous terrain, especially inland. Forecasts are suggesting over 500 millimeters in some places. Half a meter of rain.
That kind of volume is terrifying in those regions. It's the primary trigger for landslides. You have to picture the island's geography. The coast gets hit, sure, but then all that water runs off those steep, possibly unstable slopes inland.
Turning a coastal threat into something much wider.
Into a national inland disaster risk, too.
Yeah, and with Jamaica facing storms regularly, are the existing drainage systems already under strain? Are we hitting ground that's already saturated or struggling?
That's a key vulnerability the sources mention,
Yeah.
especially in rural areas or informal settlements. The drainage often just isn't adequate. It wasn't built for this kind of rapid, intense deluge from a modern Cat 5.
So 500 millimeter hits much harder.
Much harder. The ground can't absorb it, gullies flood instantly, and you get erosion that destabilizes hillsides very, very quickly. Faster than warnings can sometimes reach people.